Leave it to Auntie Cleo to turn a perfectly charming little hamlet called Fairfield on a pleasant moon named Eden into a garish, cutthroat, jingle-blaring mudhole.
Let's do that. I'm the one you need to worry about.
Grass tingling. All charged up.
Sorry, ain't ready yet.
Can't hit something that far.
Gravel claw angry. Popping my claw.
Let me handle it.
Goodwin here.
Field report update. We are approaching the Raptidon Den. These beasts have exhibited excessive irritability as...
These things take time, Commander.
Commander. I hit the enemy. Looks like a fight.
Give the word, and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Foraging time's over. We should have what we need.
mean you're leaving?
Shift's over. I have a life outside this place, you know.
A life outside our lab?
Hey, got a distraction for you. Over here. Three hole in the head.
Raring to go.
Haha. Allow me to give this a cursory eyeball and... perfect. I'm sure we have the correct neutralizing agent here in the lab. I'll nose out the exact compound within our chemical reserves in 2 shakes of a rat's tail. Well, it's a textbook example of the medulla oblongata wagging the cerebellum. Although, frankly, there's a plethora of ways to stimulate the reptile brain into such a flurry. None of the previous methods were anywhere close to being this commercially viable. But where there's a will, there's a way to make a profit. Honestly, this whole process is 1 part scientific testing, 2 parts improvisation, and a dash of pure, undiluted panache. Exactly what we do best. It's only a matter of time. Oh, this might work out yet. And he may ignore our recent setbacks if I deliver an easy-to-market product. Just imagine the ad slogans. Air, now with extra fractiousness. Though, I suppose it only works on other Auntie's Choice employees, not our preservative-free rivals. Ah, there. I have determined the ideal counteragent. Here you are. Place it and the spore samples into that synthesizer. Enable the device and it will beget a working antidote momentarily. Return with it directly as soon as it does, if you please. I cannot wait to put this entire sordid affair behind us. Though, in the end, this should turn out to be quite a lucrative day. I saw you working the chemical synthesizer. I presume you were successful in creating an antidote? Nice try. But you don't possess nearly the negotiating power you might suspect. Not when I can simply bide my time and wait for another gormless dunderhead to stumble by. Why, let that thick-headed boob amble off with your reward. Not budging? Oh, all right. I suppose I'd be willing to throw in a little extra as a merit bonus for your superlative performance. Wonderful, wonderful! Knew you seemed a bankably reliable sort. All right. I am activating the air filtration system. There. Should only take a few moments for the antidote to circulate. Everyone still alive should be right as rain shortly. Marvelous. You'll find your remuneration in the chest behind me. My supervisor will hear of your actions. Oh, and before I forget, I, Omid Ormsby, under the power granted me by the Loeffler Risk Intercession Act, hereby free you from impressed service to Auntie's Choice. Be seeing you. The biological samples within the remains outside are no doubt deteriorating rapidly. I may have to recreate this experiment somewhere else.
Pretty convenient that he only save himself from the spores. Still, we ought to fix this before it spirals more out of control.
it's an orifice or a face, Auntie's Choice makes a cream for it.
My favorite new scout! Did you find the ferrochromium deposits? All of them? Oh, once I'm free to roam again, I am going to make a heap on these. Going to have finder's rights and royalties on half the island. Thanks heaps for your help, friend. I hope those resources you found help you turn a big profit. And here's a bonus for you. Well, that's plenty for me to run claim paperwork on for now. Just by way of a heads up, our scouts never made it to the North Island. There could be more there. That's the spirit. Where there's a will for bits, there's a way to bits. Ferrochromium and Heartless Lephoria are relatively rare and valuable, but aren't new. We first set lamps on them elsewhere in Arcadia. Not to worry, though, friend. There's lots of other much more rare resources out there that might even be unique to a single moon. Get out there and get surveying. Now you're thinking like an Auntie's Choice surveyor. Best of luck out there, friend.
Being this close to DeVries? Anyway, need something, Commander? Sure. Always happy to tour around.
Huh. Well, at least it's not shooting the water anymore.
A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation.
Visitors, huh? Just meandering about, free of any appointed minder? Not so sure I ought to be speaking with you. If you need someone to talk to hereabouts, I suggest you seek out Vigilant Hogarth. That tall, stately building back yonder is his domicile.
Hogarth. Milver Street reckons he's the key to converting this town. Let's bring him the good news of Auntie's choice, shall we?
Do hate to come off impolite. If you're so inclined, we can pick this up later, after you two confabulate. Word to the wise, despite what you might hear, we still consider ourselves part of the Protectorate. Anyone spots an outsider engaging in misdeeds might just open fire.
She recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinatingly complex ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch, working with and through the sovereign, devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed marvel where, if each of us does our part, produces glorious bounty for all. Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive species can unbalance even the most robust ecosystem, like nettlesome raptidons, or the base individualists within Auntie's choice. So don't
The matriarch and sovereign chose Eden, the perfect echo. Appeared right out of the aether, just as I imagine our proud sentinels do. Like, here I am, your innermost thoughts are known to me, and nobody once hears from you again. Caught me reciting passages from a beacon to the cosmos, illustrating my steadfast fidelity. All subjects prosper under the guidance of our beneficent ruler, the Sovereign. That part always hits me directly. To quote my personal log, an essential passage, rightful and true. Charlton Weintraut.
Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now.
Did I? Not again. Oh, this? It's a birthmark, skin condition, both, about which I am rather sensitive, thank you very kindly.
Are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative induction.
Say, you are every bit you seem, yes? Thoroughly on the up and up and in no way a hidden agent? It is widely known that a sentinel is required to stand revealed before rendering judgment. Why, a plot point about that featured prominently in the latest episode of I, Red Cloak.
Of course you believe everything on the Aetherwave. I guess it would be stranger if you didn't swallow the propaganda, even if it does take some heavy dramatic license.
Designed it, and the Sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, humans...
Say now, no need to get tough. You saw through my ruse, fine. Others in Westport fail to perceive my true nature. I am hardly one of the herd around here. A reference you'll no doubt recognize from those keen Auntie's Choice commercials.
The Sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us.
Ha! I am not familiar, though that does sound like one of their products. I refer to the ones for Purpleberry Crunch brand cereal. You likely guessed their influence right off, what with my assertive attitude and all. I laugh at danger. I hand-make my own luck. That character is a revelation. You and I are just like him. Get up and go-getters. Say, did Auntie's Choice send you here? Don't fret. I am exceedingly skilled at keeping secrets.
You are the wrong...
You cannot hide the truth from me, for I am too savvy. Now, do tell, what is the latest word from the field?
We're all in this together.
Really? What was he like? Bold? Assertive? With a wildly obstreperous theatrical air?
The perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna.
An audacious proposal. Yet this place, despite its recent humidity, remains comfortable and familiar.
The matriarch, working with and through the sovereign, devised the paradigm, a meticulously...
With a full case, I might gorge upon such sweet goodness morning, noon, and night. All right, hand it over. Oh, but what would vigilant Hogarth say? What would everyone say? I can scarcely imagine it. Abandoning my community only to satisfy my gastronomical urges and risk-taking attitude. No, I couldn't leave unless Hogarth ordered everyone to go.
The system is resilient.
Righto! Well, you seem rather confident. Best of luck, I suppose. You are surely going to need it. Please inform me if, when, of course, you receive it. As a recent convertee to Auntie's Choice, I'd be honored to share my maverick, individualist perspective. Well, I can tell you someone who thinks he's important. Pinckney. Ever since he became interim chief mechanist, he's been crying day and night about that generator. If anything happens to that thing, I worry for his mind. Of course. Toodaloo.
We are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Did you hear? They're letting anyone who wants to train at the Arbiter's facility.
But the paradigm says we're to spend our lives in our predetermined profession.
That's why it's so generous of the Sovereign to let us become tiny cogs in the Great War Machine. Prudence dictates that we watch our neighbors, but I may just invite him over to make it easier.
Poor dears didn't have the firm, benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment.
I inhaled so much dust and debris during the attack.
Time for recreation. We sleep well at night. Work is...
Trust the plan, observe set progress, sustain the system, serve the Sovereign.
A fine quote. My favorite is, we must rout all disruptive factors and invasive elements.
Appreciate it all. And thank the sovereign.
The wireless said that flooding Westport is routine maintenance to remove the dust that had been building up in our door.
Sovereign really does think of everything.
The system is resilient. Keep doing your job with pride. Keep informing on your
declared
Apologies, but an automechanical's work is never concluded.
manipulative indoctrination.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it. And the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human society constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and the lack of community led to terrible suffering. Poor leaders didn't have the firm benevolent hand of the sovereign to guide them. Here on Eden, we all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time for recreation. We sleep. Work isn't strenuous or stressful. Food is nutritious. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
You are the raw material for perfection. From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Ecological network. To govern it, the matriarch working with and through the sovereign devised the paradigm, a meticulously designed
Well, it's infected. Meds don't arrive soon, we'll have to start cutting. You walked in here under your own steam and appear reasonably free of cuts, burns, or weeping lesions. So, I assume you're presently devoid of mortiferous injuries. Good. Because we've got more of that than we can handle. You haven't heard? When Antes invaded, they broke the seawall. Flooded nearly half the town below, where most of the domiciles were. A number of our subjects drowned. Others got concussed, or even crushed. A few were electrocuted or exposed to caustics. Took a while for our water purifier to catch up, so some drank tainted water, which is not good for you at all. I'm glad it's working again. Oh, we've all heard about Auntie's Choice grafting labs. Only cost you an arm and a leg. Oh, so I could profit greatly from the suffering of others, could I? No, thank you. Our way is to help those in need, so that we may all succeed together. The Protectorate provides assistance and guidance. We face tough times, sure, but the paradigm charts us a way through them. Each of us has a vital part to play. If we remain resolute, we'll have harmony and luxury. And that, my friend, is the truth of the matter. I am acutely aware of Westport's current misfortunes. To suggest otherwise to someone presently engaged in a 72-hour medical shift is callow and demeaning. No harm done. If you've got any medical supplies to spare, please do consider donating them. Oh, no thank you. Not looking for anything that does more harm than good. I have enough ailments to manage already. From what I've heard about Auntie's medicaments, Might poison a patient or cause them to grow an extra head or something. Never know what they're testing out on you.
My extra parts aren't side effects. That's your implication. And anyhow, I should think some minor side effects would be preferable to dying.
Honestly? Well, I'm a reasonable judge of character, and you seem upright. On behalf of my patients and I, thank you. We're all grateful. Guess outsiders aren't all just base individualists like they say on the wireless. Barring this being some tricky sales strategy, that is. This is a good start, but I fear it won't last long. Wouldn't happen to know a reliable means to procure more, would you? They'd sell to us? Those medicaments you gave us before? No, never. You must think me easily hoodwinked. Our societies are sworn enemies. This is dangerous talk, friend. We've already been branded traitors. If we give them any excuse now, they'll send in the Arbiters directly. Not seeing a wealth of options here at present. I can watch my patients die, then face execution, or we can resettle elsewhere and remain alive. I lean toward the latter. The abandoned section of Westport ought to have some supplies. Should be enough medicaments down there to help our injured survive the trip to Fairfield. It's perilous, though. Plenty of the structures below are still submerged. Others, ones that escaped being flooded, got abandoned once the Crabbles moved in. Those ought to have some supplies. If I were you, I'd try to sneak past the Crabbles out there. They seem rather territorial of late. All right, be careful out there.
Those pills were magnificent. Are they part of a new paradigm? Can I get enough for the whole family? Or even just more for me? Please.
Stranger? You've returned.
Greetings.
Atmosphere and rich natural resources represent a
It is my esteemed pleasure to welcome you to Westport, once a shining testament to Protectorate excellence.
Now, a picturesque example of the evils of corporatism. But where are my manners? We do not have much, but please, let me offer you some victuals. Tut. I insist. Serving Unit 1. Something for the visitor at once?
Confirmative.
Perhaps you're wondering why I'd open my arms thusly for a stranger. Simple. As the guiding light for humankind, we always put our best foot forward, regardless of circumstance.
Within Auntie's choice, though don't fret, the system is resilient. The system abides. But now, more than...
I believe something still can be done. This town can be saved, its people given a reprieve. Were we to acquire the one thing vital to our existence, automech parts. What?
Comestibles served.
We of the Protectorate pride ourselves on our mech programming. Among the vigilant, it is even considered something of a sport. We are not miracle workers, however. Without parts to work with, we've no hope of remaking our mechs to do tasks beyond their initial functions. We need repair mechs, domestic mechs, not combat ones. Serving Unit 1 here is about as much as can be accomplished without replacement parts.
We are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
Recalibrating a mechanical is not simply a matter of flipping a few switches. We'd need variable gears and essential motivators to have any hope of rebuilding their programming. Reprogramming mechs to perform functions outside their assigned roles is a complicated affair. Our wily chief mechanist can do it, but not without parts. Unfortunately, we lack ready availability of said parts.
And the Sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism...
Oh, you failed to hear the loudspeakers on the way in? The announcement we're obliged to repeat incessantly. Well, allow me to paraphrase. Protectorate law finds us guilty of treason on account of letting Westport fall prey to Auntie's choice saboteurs.
We all enjoy the full luxury the paradigm affords us. A perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community...
Well, obviously, we've forsaken our duties as members of the Protectorate. It is incumbent upon us to fight to the death, yet we still live, as does our enemy. Now, either the Arbiters arrive to execute us, or this place falls under the vapid boot heel of Auntie's choice. No matter who wins, we cannot sustain ourselves here for long. My linguistic embellishments are somewhat beside the point. This here's a matter of accountability. Responsibility was mine. Disgrace and judgment should be mine solely as well. My intention is to absolve my subjects of any and all such blame. I owe it to every single person here to try.
As the perfect ecosystem, the native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent...
That's abundantly kind of you, though there must be something I can offer.
To govern it, the matriarch, working with and through the Sovereign, devised the paradigm.
Difficult place to saunter into. Station's off limits to anyone without the highest security clearance. For anyone lacking reason to be there, it's assured suicide. In exchange for the automech parts we need, I can provide you means to get inside. Never dream of such a proposal in days of reason and quietude. Yet such is the here and now we find ourselves in. Wonderful. My unavoidable march to the gallows feels lighter already. At least now my subjects will have a fleeting chance. The parts can be found at the Euphoria Coast Automech Repair Center to the south. But do not, under any circumstances, tell those stationed there why you need them. To get inside, you will need an access pass from the Ministry of Accuracy. Since we have all been marked as traitors, I cannot create one for you here.
We give it a little extra added zeal for now, just to offset any minor disruption.
Farewell now.
mentally refreshed?
Hey, Commander. Could I have a word with you real quick? I hope you're not seriously considering helping the Protectorate here. I know these folks seem on the down and out, but we're as like to do more harm than good by siding with them. Right. Okay. Well, if we do as Milver Street's asked and convert the populace to Auntie's choice, they're more likely to get the care they need and not be sentenced to death. Milver Street also promised us a way into the Vox. Oh, and a Ritzy hat. Man drives a hard bargain. If he can be trusted. Reviving Westport would anger some folks back in Fairfield, but there's no question the Vigilant could help us get into the Vox station a whole heck of a lot easier. And the faster we get satisfaction. But at what cost? Before you make a decision one way or the other, let's ask around. See what the residents have to say. No use trying to lift up those attached to the muck.
distracted, daydreaming on the job? Mental refreshment centers are there to help you. Don't risk falling prey to imperfect thoughts. Go now. Under Protectorate law, we
almost missed the routine certitude of my assignment. Don't suppose you checked in with Vigilant Hogarth yet, eh? Oh, glad to hear. Probably sprung an important task on you afterwards, I'd wager. I mentioned to the Vigilant how I'd reset my chef mech to prepare meals to my liking. Next thing you know, he puts me in charge of repairing all the mechs in Westport. I mean, sure. All the underlying logic's the same, if you mull it over. I've been trained to run them big algae processing units, which are a fair amount more complex. It's just... subjects are expected to mind their assigned area and particular forte. So I was a mite taken aback. But I am happy to help the system abide any way I am able. I assume those are approved Protectorate announcements, correct? With everyone's neighbor prudence and the like? I mean, sorry. Of course they are. Loudspeaker control terminal is in the proclamation station, a few structures over. One with the antenna. I suspect they go there. Not to indulge in idle talk, but things have been different around here of late. Not at all overwhelmed or terrified of dying, though, of course. The system abides. Much to do, truly. Toughest challenge now is upkeep of key apparatus. If that generator goes, for instance, doubt I have means to fix it. We lose power to charge our mechs, this place is done for. Final nail in the coffin, or similarly minded metaphor of your choosing. Not that the paradigm would allow that, of course. Curativist Row is a fine sword. Pillar of our community. Might impatient, sure, but with how busy she is, we'd all do well to respect her time. Watch out for that Weintraut fellow. Talk your ear off if you let him. Kinda lonesome, but doesn't let anybody near his place for some reason. Even before the flooding. Everybody else? Decent enough, I guess. Well, mechs do all the heavy work for us in the Protectorate. Just like each of us, each type of mech has their assigned specialty. Takes a little doing, but you can readjust them. A combat mech can be reconfigured to oversee comestible distribution, for instance. Or mine or harvest crops. All you need is the know-how to retool their subroutines. And the right parts. Plenty of parts. Granted, reprogrammed mechs are never as efficient as those specially made for a role, but they get by, eventually. After a fashion. Even if I did ever fall prey to such treacherous whimsy, you think I'd be fool-headed enough to admit it to a stranger? Look like I've been kicked by an automech or something? I mean, void damn. Vigilant Hogarth's still here. No matter how bad it gets, keeps us going. Keeps us right. Folks like him prove the paradigm is aligned with the Architect's plan. Just gotta trust the rightful guidance of the Vigilance and the Sovereign. Funny. I reckon that's more true of them over in Fairfield. They love their substandard comestibles and lack of fellowship. Smacks a bit of conspicuous inveiglement to me. Sure feel sorry for them. Maybe someday after we, well, utterly crush their forces and disprove their bent philosophy, we can show them all a right, better way to live. You don't say. Huh. So it's only here with our, perfect society that it works our way. How, fortunate for us all to benefit from such judicious guidance.
Everyone knows the paradigm epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human society
On your command. Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say when.
Ready. Frankie, it's gone.
Sit or sprint? Typical predicament for an anti-bottom runger like me. Wish I never snuck in here to begin with. Seemed like a good idea at the time. Nah, it was a great idea. So much stuff for the taking around here. Motherload of loot. Plenty to get me back in the sprack rate.
五本都拿到了。
Sit or sprint?
对，一共有10卷，我只拿到5卷而已。可是他这一边的任务需求，好像是要我拿到5卷。等一下 ，OK， 那我等一下再回去给他。我看一下，好，要怎么过去？哦，从那边过去。
This looks like the place. No, I haven't felt this high strung since Horizon Point. Just hope he's here.
Niles.
Howdy, Zed. You look well.
Has my mind been set upon by shadows? I thought you dead.
Can't imagine why you think that. I've only been gone 4 years.
Oh, back from your little saunter then, are you? Head all cleared? I must say you took quite the perambulation. I hope you didn't wear out your rotation adapters.
Zeb, this is the commander I told you about. One in charge of the Horizon Point mission.
So, you are keeping company these days. Just not mine. That would depend on what vision you have for Arcadia's future. Everyone seems to think they alone know what's best for this colony.
Look, I'm not just here to gas you up with empty apologies. I want to set things right between us.
Oh, now you want to help. Where were you when the war happened? Or when I was being carted off to mental refreshment? Where were you when I actually needed you?
I know I let you down before, but give me a chance to earn back your trust. There must be something I can lend you a hand with. I know you haven't given up the fight.
I haven't the time to patch your bleeding conscience, Niles. I'm in a situation that demands my full attention.
It's Baines. My team's been caught. Pharaoh and March are dead. Protectorate are holding the rest for interrogation. A ship is inbound to take us off-world, to the consul himself. I barely managed to evade capture. Damn it! It looks like the data went through, but there's something wrong with the connection. The cipher isn't transmitting...
Found her! You there! Step away from that terminal at once!
Audra! Fuck! It's all coming apart. That was one of my operatives. I organized a mission to infiltrate the Vox to acquire valuable intelligence. But obviously, something's gone wrong. Without that cipher, the intelligence is worthless. But I'm more concerned about my people at the moment. If you're sincere in your desire to help, prove it. Rescue my friends before that ship departs with them on board.
please. It has to do with the location of a vault rumored to house the Protectorate's greatest technological advancements, including its skip drive designs. That's all I'll say for now.
I am. Without question.
Okay. If they're sending a ship, that means my people are being held on the Vox's landing pad. Use my call sign so they'll know you for an ally. I'm certain Niles remembers it. And do exercise discretion, as well as caution. The guards at the Vox won't hesitate to fire upon you, should you be discovered.
Not to worry. This is exactly the sort of thing we're trained to handle.
Yes, but the uniform doesn't stop bullets, as I'm sure you recall.
Good thing we know a doctor then.
I'll answer what I can. If you must know, it was my sister. A neighbor reported her for some misconduct and she was taken to be refreshed. I never heard what her alleged crime was meant to be. The woman who returned was nigh unrecognizable. The injustice of it rattled me. And once I began to look into what had happened, the more discomfort I felt. Then I met Niles. He told me the truth about other colonies. Made Arcadia feel so small, claustrophobic, repressive. And my smoldering resentments became a full conflagration. Stop there. I know what you would ask, but I've done my best to put that unpleasant experience behind me. Please respect my wish to avoid reopening closed wounds. The Crabbles? They keep people away who might otherwise stumble into my operation here. I feel kindly toward them. Ah, of course. Hogarth and his unfortunate charges would be top of mind if you've explored the nearby settlement. I sympathize with the plight of those in Westport. They want nothing to do with me, of course, or anyone outside the Sovereign's grace, which has been to my benefit. I do believe that one day, the truth of the Protector's iniquity will be too obvious to ignore. But for now, not even a crowbar could pry open all those shut eyes. Do you always put your hands on other people's things?
我要把它移到这个快速，OK， 我可能要先把它隐藏起来，再跳过去。
I wish I shared the Marshal's confidence that our problems were behind us. Hazel should get you sorted right quick, assuming she has the parts. She's right between the barracks and the main gate. Can't miss her.
Oh, unfamiliar clientele. I was just lamenting the lack of new faces around here since supplies stopped arriving. And then you walk in. Name's Hazel. I'm sort of the acting quartermaster around these parts. You need any supplies, talk to my friend the quartermech here. You'd think that a fully stocked auto-mechanical repair center would have automech parts, and 9 times out of 10 you'd be spot on. Trouble is, a bunch of supplies went missing recently, right around the time the quartermech completed a routine inventory. There wouldn't be much point. Much as I'm fond of the quartermech, it couldn't even tell you the time of day. You're not implying the quartermech is somehow responsible, are you? I'd hate for the big guy to get in trouble. Well, at least you're honest. Delphinia's lab would be the place to search. We use it for storage, and our records indicate the supplies were present and accounted for.
Standard Earth Directorate protocol calls for a thorough grid search of the premises, Commander. Those parts are bound to turn up somewhere.
I assume you two have met already? Delphinia? No. I doubt she stole what I would have given her freely. Best of luck in your search. Let me know if I can be of assistance.
这样子，我要找到上去的方法。我记得有地方可以上去的样子。
Under Protectorate law, we are bound to inform you that you have entered a recreant locality. Record states as follows. follows. All inhabitants are declared treasonous due to insufficient zeal in defense against seizure, sabotage, and/or manipulative
Outside.
discriminatory falsity.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer at our contentment.
Everyone epitomizes the pinnacle of social order. Why? Because the matriarch herself designed it, and the sovereign embodies and executes on it. Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance. Individualism ran rampant. Depletion of resources and
这个我等一下再来好了，我想一下，我是要我现在最主要的工作是要进去，要想办法进去这里面因为这里是保护国的地区，我帮他的话，他可以帮我进去这个地方，可是就会跟姨妈之选这边起冲突
Food is nutritious and plentiful. We have everything we need. Prudence dictates we take a moment to rightly appreciate it all and thank the sovereign.
Greetings, non-protectorate wretches. With regret, I must inform you that those outside our glorious society may not take freely from our stocks, as our subjects do. However, I may offer you a limited selection of premium items for moderate respective fees. Initiating.
Chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant atmosphere, and rich natural resources represent a fascinating
Outsider. Ah, the itinerant stranger returns.
Naturally, sometimes challenges do arise. We all know how invasive
That is most excellent. Please, hand them over.
robust ecosystem.
Thank you. I know community service can be a foreign concept for those outside the Protectorate, so I hope this is ample reward for your time. I'll prepare a writ of conscription to allow you entry to the Vox Relay. While most would refuse my authorization, the sentry assigned to the gate once lived in Westport. Sentry second-class layman. Show the writ as proof I have conscripted you into my employ. Use it to press service on my behalf, and she will let you in. Once you're inside, there's something else I need you to do. Something that would save many lives.
Offset any minor disruption.
The Vox Relay is, to my mind, a time bomb. Brigadier Montelli's lost his way. Now all manner of chaos is raging there. I've heard tell he's even resorted to extra-legal executions. Madness, I tell you. A brigadier doesn't act as judge, jury, and executioner. That's an arbiter's job. And even then, they're enforcing existing protectorate law.
All inhabitants are declared treasonous.
Regrettably, yes. Yes, I do. I have given the matter much thought and can see no other way around it. I may have been branded a traitor, but I remain loyal to protectorate ideals, which he has abandoned. Brigadier Montelli is a stain on the protectorate's good name, and every moment he remains in charge at the Vox Relay diminishes us further. Good, good. Here is the writ. I may not survive to see what occurs, but I trust you to follow your conscience. Farewell now. Promise you'll return here if you can, to check in on my people and see how they fare.
Throughout history, human societies were constantly out of balance.
Nobody needs go anywhere. Not when we can still save Westport. We of the Protectorate endure as one, regardless of any hardships we must face. It'd have to be catastrophically obvious this place was doomed, and incontrovertibly beyond my means to save it, before I'd even consider such a recourse.
Affords us a perfect life of contentment and plenty. We have community, purpose, time.
When I look outside, I see people who are hardy and resilient, who trust the paradigm, who understand prosperity will return with time and group effort. I have the aid of key pillars of our community, several persons of note and good character who stand with and by me, and our town still functions. Our automechs are still running, mostly. We have a generator to power them, fresh water, the reassuring voice of everyone's neighbor Prudence wafts from our loudspeakers. But I know you've got more to do than listen to me natter on about the state of Westport. The Vox Relay's your main concern now. Farewell now.
The matriarch chose Eden because she recognized it as the perfect ecosystem. The native flora and fauna, the pleasant... atmosphere and rich natural resources.
You've returned. Outsider? Well now, that should do nicely. Thank you. Hope those Crabbles didn't give you too much trouble. I recognize these patients require more care than I'm able to provide here. Seems like in Fairfield, I can get them the help they require. The one last additional thing we'll need is for Vigilant Hogarth to agree to it. It's less a concern about disloyalty, and more my respect for his abilities. He's a skilled leader, and we could sorely use his aid, from coordinating logistics to keeping up morale. I'll surely have my hands full with my patients. His presence on the journey would save lives. See you when I see you.
Book a stay today. Are you mentally refreshed?
Hello again. Have you spoken to Vigilant Hogarth yet? Did he give permission for me to leave? Ah, I see. Well, please inform me if and when you do.
Sabotage and/or manipulative indoctrinatory falsity.
This is DB Milver Street of Fairfield with a special one-time free offer for all Protectorate subjects within and without earshot. What do I provide? Information. Did you know that at Auntie's Choice, we don't pre-select your assignment at birth? It's true.
That endless yattering is more insipid than... You have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you. If you feel you must.
I hereby extend my personal invitation to you all.
Salutations, Arcadia. Anti-Cleo here with a direct message to all Protectorate subjects listening in. I'm afraid you've been fed a lot of hooey about all of us at Auntie's Choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers intent on stealing the very bread off your plate. Tut-tut. No, nothing could be farther from the truth. Listen to your auntie.
我没有拿到这把钥匙。
I'm very curious how the town is going to function without the generator.
Yes. Without it, we have no auto mechanicals. Without them, we'll have to do the work with our hands?
I'm sure this is all part of the paradigm.
This war has forced you into...
That doesn't sound like a sanctioned communique.
The announcer's voice is
You have no food.
smooth.
Your medical supplies dwindle as your roofs...
I was sad for a moment because my house got submerged in the flooding. Then the wireless told me everything was splendid. Now I feel much, much better.
Listen to your hearts.
啊，不能这样跳下去，这样跳下去会出问题。 所以我要从那边偷偷爬过去吗？下面还有没有什么平台可以过去啊？
Flower, or Colossicus arum, is responsible for dumping several pounds of dander into the local atmosphere each pollination cycle. Multiply that by the dozens surrounding most settlements, and many other flowering megaflora native to the colony, and you have a recipe for
我怎么觉得这后面有一条路可以进去？这后面有一条路可以进去，只是我找不到下去的方法。看一下。
Certainly don't want to sound like I'm questioning them.
It's like sour milk and
These new official announcements sure are confusing.
it's like rotten fruit and decomposing fish combined.
That's how you know it's working.
Nannerfish Restorative Elixir. Additional health benefits, none of the delicious taste. New from Auntie's Choice, where nature ends, we begin. Give Auntie Choice, and she'll give you.
Let me know when you need a distraction.
我可以从这边下来嘛？哎，等一下，这条路是在哪里啊？我刚刚为什么没有看到这条路啊？等一下，我刚刚怎么没看到那条路啊？我知道那里应该可以下去，可是我怎么没看到那条路？啊，因为那个后门被堵起来了啦。我想到了，因为那个房子的后门被堵起来了，所以我过不去了。那我要想办法跳到那个房子上面去。我要想办法跳到那个房子上面去，然后再从背后下去，这样子我就可以不需要跟他们发生冲突。
That didn't sound like prudence at all.
All of us at Auntie's choice. Your so-called superiors would have you believe we're unscrupulous interlopers intent on stealing the very bread off your plate.
然后我应该是从这一边跳上去，这我不确定这样跳的能不能跳得过去啊。不行，等一下，对，因为它的门被锁起来了，我要跳过去。 我刚刚的做法是对的，我先帮忙纠察官，然后他就给我通行证，然后事后再来说服他。那这样子，我两边的任务都可以达到。
Has the Sovereign said how many of those pills
People have
were
been
each allowed?
complaining
It
about those
must
ads
be at least a fistful more.
I'm an heir to all manner of
Hey, hello.
Cacophony sets my teeth on edge. You have your orders. The Vox relay awaits. Do remember what I asked of you. Tell me what you... Excuse me, but that cacophony emanating from our loudspeakers can drive one to distraction. That is concerning. Perhaps somehow we could still tough things out, though, with only a modicum of suffering. Things are fine. Everyone's fine. They deserve better. Huh. They do, don't they? I've tried to tell myself it's better to die a subject of the Great Protectorate than live a life driven by freedom, but you may be right. Regardless, now that we're all traitors, they really don't need my permission, but if they want it, they shall have it. My former subjects are free to live an empty life with Auntie's choice. I'll make an announcement. Order them to depart for Fairfield, but I will be staying. Should I? Haven't I failed them enough for one lifetime? No. I will stay here and loyally await the judgment I richly deserve.
Spacefaring Frontiers person type. Try it. Despite the countless voices screaming in your head not to.
It's like sour milk and...
Adherents are expected to hold firm to the end. Such is the degree of our devotion.
Everyone knows Salubrious concoctions aren't supposed to taste good.
I'll say, it's like rotten fruit and decomposing fish combined.
That's how you know it's working.
Nannerfish Restorative Elixir. Additional health benefits.
I suppose my duty to my people remains, whether here or in Fairfield. All right. I'll go. Unsure how I'll endure such an empty existence. Perhaps, if I offer my old subjects periodic advice, our sense of community may somehow, despite the wiles of commercialism, remain. All right, then. Suppose it's time to make my announcement.
Auntie's Choice Stay Hungry Meal Pack, featuring our finest pre-sliced bread and dehydrated butter tablets.
Attention, everyone. Attention. I, Vigilant Ogden Hogarth, hereby do order all subjects under my command to abandon the settlement of Westport at the earliest possible juncture. You are to depart for the township of Fairfield, safely and together. Once there, you are to appeal to local authorities for citizenship with Auntie's Choice. Thereupon, you are thus and forevermore relieved of your duties as subjects of the Protectorate. This is a direct order from your Vigilant and is not to be questioned and cannot be countermanded. Now see to your preparations. I will join you shortly.
Prudence dictates we maintain sufficient zeal at all times.
Hope I don't get assigned to a grafting lab in Fairfield. Don't want to have to transplant a Raptidon head onto some poor so-and-so's body. Hope I don't get assigned to a grafting lab in Fairfield. Don't want to have to transplant a Raptidon head onto some poor so-and-so's body.
OK， 那我这样子，我这个任务就结束了。我发现这个技能里面这个说服很重要，嘿嘿嘿，很多地方需要用到它。所以当初一开始我先选那个开锁跟说服是有帮助的。然后我现在去看一下其他的人，应该是不需要对话了，反正那个纠察官已经说可以走了，所以他们应该都可以离开了。
Be on my way in 2 shakes of a Raptidon's tail, promise. Just need a moment to say goodbye to this place, promise.
Just hope the Arbiters don't get sore about us leaving. Well, we've been ordered.
Think they're gonna open us with welcome arms? I meant to say... Huh. Suppose I am a...
Introducing Auntie's new line of specialty drinks for the discerning consumer. Auntie Fizzos!
I'm trying not to fret about these rifts so much. Maybe they ain't so awful. You ever wonder if they take you someplace better?
Take you someplace better?
I just need the slightest scintilla of success so elude me. Is it my destiny to fail? I cannot see
Take the pressure off with Auntie Fizzos, bottled under more than 3 atmospheres of pressure.
You've lifted my spirits right out of their doldrums. Our new guests have just arrived. Here, a considerable reward for your considerable efforts. From the hushed grumblings of the refugees, I've gathered that you, perhaps aided Westport's departure into inhospitability? Sometimes the harshest moves are the most necessary. I've 2 minds about the convertees. Anyone with eyes can see they need guidance, but a pernicious system is not easily abandoned. Have you any thoughts? I did indeed. Do forgive my preoccupations. The refugees are already long-suffering. What's a few extra moments of agony? Speak with Vigilant Hogarth in the building beside the saloon. He was in charge around here before we arrived. I have no doubt he knows vital information to the Vox's functioning. Now, should you ever find yourself visiting the ACS Undisputed Claim, do come see me. I've no doubt that when we next meet, I'll have risen 6 ranks, at least. Farewell.
确认一下这把是什么枪啊？这一把是电击类的，这把是电击类的枪啊。可是我看一下，如我跟现在的枪比一下。哦，它的伤害49，还蛮高的嘞。可是潜行倍数跟弱点加成没有比较好呢。光学组件这个临近瞄具我可以自己做，附加组件。 搞不好我可以把它变成高爆子弹哦。啊，可是它不能使用消音器了。这一把电击的枪可以拿来打那个机器人啊，电击的枪应该拿来打机器人。我先去把它升级一下好了。其实我现在已经可以进去那个中继站了，我其实不需要去找那个。不需要去找那个纠察官霍加斯了，可以了，我去找他看看好了，看看还有没有什么其他的事情。这边等一下，这个我先把它结束好了。他在哪里啊？他在哪里？等一下，他人在哪？他在这里，也不是，他人在哪里啊？他在这边啊。他人在这边，我这边过去怎么过去比较快？哦，我从这边走好了。啊，对了，我还有一个地方要去。等一下，刚刚应该不要先跑到这边来。
Ready to waste them on your command.
You've returned. I take it matters are progressing well? Ah, well, then here are your rewards, per earlier terms discussed. I trust you'll find it all useful. Return with the remaining 5 volumes to complete the set, and I shall provide you the rarest rarities available to me.
哦，那这顶帽子我要留着哦。它的说服技巧可以提升30%，所以这顶帽子我应该要留下来，在需要的时候把它换上去。我刚刚说我有一个地方要去，是哪里啊？啊，这边啦，这个啦，这个，这边有一个小任务啊，可是我到这一边。 这边的蟹形怪，我上次来的时候已经把它都解决掉了。它有一个好处就是有一些任务的地方的怪打完之后它不会重生了，像这边的打完了就挂掉了。然后我现在要上去那上面有一个发电厂，我要上去。那个发电厂启动之后，对面这栋房子的电我可以恢复。我好像可以要进去那里面拿什么东西。OK， 快4点了，我把这个结束掉之后，晚上再来玩好了。因为明天礼拜3这边不收垃圾，所以我今天要先去倒垃圾。等一下，我是不是走错路了？我是不是走错路了？像我记得上次来进不去，好像有一个地方，不会吧？难道我搞错了吗？对啊，上次是我记得好像要从这边进去。要有一个技能，保险丝啊，看一下，看一下从哪边进去啊？这边呢？不是哦，等一下，那里面没有保险丝吗？那我是要干嘛？啊，我要把这个门修好进去了，等一下。不对，我少拿了什么东西啊？我少拿了什么东西啊？变电站的维修套件。等一下，我要拿它来修什么东西呀？我现在真没有保险丝啊！变电站的维修套件。 哦，电力已经有了，电力已经有了。所以这个任务不是要拿那个保险丝啦。我现在电力已经恢复正常，我要下去了。下去之后结束，我这个小任务就可以结束了。我就要先休息，要准备等着倒垃圾了。
No, wait. I don't need refreshment. I'm so refreshed. Yep, that's me.
之前是没有电，所以这个门没有打开了。我看一下，我进来要拿什么重要，有什么重要东西要拿没有？看一下，绕一圈。打火机。这个把它拆解掉好了。哎呦，里面有重要东西哦。哦，下面还有一个东西，等一下。哎呀，好，等一下，我等一下再下去看一下外面还有什么东西没有捡完呢、刚刚最主要目的应该就是拿那个密码钥匙了。哦，还有这个记录，还有这个记录，好。然后我要下去看看，你们两个稍等我一下哈。下去看一下。哦，有一把枪。可是这没有啊，这只是普通的枪啊，没有很厉害啊。捡到一些弹药啦，就没有了，好吧，上去了。好了，结束了，晚上再继续。哎，对，好的。
Loyal subject, loyal subject, la la.
我拿那个钥匙要解开这里面一些箱子啦，这边有一个箱子要把它解开来。我看一下拿到什么东西啊？你看这个两个都没有什么重要的，应该有拿到什么东西吧？这个拆解掉，拆解掉。哎呦，金色的，我看一下这是什么？靠近的投射物将自动被摧毁，但会消耗使用者的能量。哦，这是头盔啦，拿到一个头盔啦。我还需要一把高级解码钥匙，可以开下一个，拿到下一个。好了，就先结束了，拜拜。